Alright guys, sorry, got cut off again. I was talking about Rumple and Henry. I'm so glad that for this episode they have scenes between Rumple and Henry. This is kind of stuff I wish we saw before with them. I love that they're trying to connect to the grandfather, to the grandson. I think because they had, Rumple go through hero villain, that type of thing in the past seasons. There was never really any true bonding between them. And I really like this scene because even though Henry doesn't know that's his grandfather, Rumpel is still, trying to get Henry to think, to be who he is, because he's saying like, oh, Henry's my favorite character in the book because of this and this and this, and he's trying to, make him think about who the killer is. I really like that. This is the kind of Rumple I wish we had a lot of. He's the Rumple that you can root for as a character. Like, yeah, this is who you should have been. This is how your redemption arc should have been like, But can't do anything about that. But I enjoyed these scenes. The acting was great with Andrew J. West and Robert Carlo. Also, the scene in the past with Colin O'Donoghue. Our three male actors are fantastic, top notch to me. I wish they were being used a little more. I mean, I do think Hook's been used a lot this season, which is quite surprising compared to the other seasons. But I don't know the minutes and how that works. I think Henry has the most out of all the characters. Makes sense. The season's supposed to be built around him. But yeah, they're all great actors. I'm so glad that this episode, I think, really lets them shine. Their acting really was great in this episode. And then, of course, I just realized I forgot to mention there is some stuff with Zelina. It was good. Rebecca Mader is always great. I think they probably could have used those scenes for more stuff with Henry, and maybe even Henry and Nick specifically. But that's just me. I do think it's odd. I don't know, they're just kind of establishing that Robin and Zelina are kind of distant from each other because of the curse mostly. So I mean, it wasn't anything that added anything to the plot to me, but they were okay scenes. The big thing is finding out who the killer was. Henry, of course, figures it out that the killer is Hansel, which I think, based on the episode that we saw last week, we as the audience were able to piece it together, but within the story they didn't know who he was. Again, not a fan of having multiple versions of the characters, but whatever. I don't know what it is. What is his motivation? I guess we're finding out next week, but he's come out of nowhere. I don't know what to do with that. So I mean, they revealed who he was. The characters know who to look for. Of course, Nick reveals himself to Henry and kidnaps Henry. I don't think they're gonna do anything with that. I don't know. I guess we'll see in next week's episode, but that reveal was okay. I kind of wish, they established that Nick's supposed to be Henry's best friend, or Jack is. We never saw that, and I want to see kind of Henry react to that, like, hey, you're my best friend, or something. I don't know. And then he was awake the whole time. What in the world? Like, we can't even get Hook awake, or Henry awake, or even Cinderella. None of these other characters are awake, and they haven't been awake for a really long time. I mean, Rumple was awake since episode 4. Like, come on, guys. Like, they need to wake up soon, because there's 4 episodes left until the finale, and the finale is going to focus mostly on the original characters. So, I'm just like, ah. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this episode. There wasn't much to say. I know it feels like there's a lot that I had to say, but I'm sorry about having 3 parts to this review. Camera kept cutting me off as I was talking. But yeah, it was an enjoyable episode. mainly for the flashback for me and these scenes with Rumple and Henry. Those are my favorite parts. Those were the highlights for me, and I did enjoy it though. And I will see you for probably not on Friday for the review of Chosen, probably sometime after, or because I don't know if I'm going to watch it live yet. I haven't made any plans yet. We shall see. So I'll see you guys in the next Once review. Bye!